Hi students, welcome to VerandaRace, and yet again I have come back with some very good words for you, some wonderful words for you in this vocab booster session. So let us start the session. There are 26 people online and I request you all to be with me throughout the session so that you learn new words which are fantastic and fantabulous words. So let us start the session. But before I start, let me tell you all that vocabulary is why so very essential for the competitive examination. First of all, it gives you a level of confidence which is required to answer comprehension, close test and filler questions. Even in rearrangement questions, if you don't know the word, certain word, you're not able to proceed further. So vocabulary is very essential for synonym antonym pairs, for close tests, for fillers, for reading comprehension and whatnot. So let us focus on vocabulary because I've started this initiative of making you learn some words only to enhance your word power. Please understand my honest initiative. Please, let's start. Okay, let's start the session with vocab booster vocabulary for day 6. So the first word is obloquy. See, I have chosen medium frequency words which will help you anyhow in synonyms, antonyms, synonymous, antonymous pairs and all. Let's start the session. So first word is obloquy. Obloquy means criticism, vituperation, vilification. So it's a new word for you, I know. It's totally a new word for you. Obloquy means criticism. Another word for criticism is vituperation, vilification. It's a noun. It's a noun. So obloquy means criticism, vituperation, vilification. So if you vilify someone, it means you criticize that person. So criticism, vilification, vilify, criticize. Okay, vituperate. See, the noun is obloquy. Criticism is criticize is verb, vituperate is verb, vilify is verb. So this is obloquy is a noun which means criticism, vituperation and vilification. Okay. Imran, hi. Priya Kumar, hi. Okay. Next, parochial. Parochial means narrow-minded. Narrow-minded person or insular is another word for it. So if somebody is very parochial in his views or parochial in his approach, he is very narrow-minded. For example, some men have problem with women going outside for education, outside the town for education. They are insular people. They are parochial people. It's an adjective. It's an adjective which means narrow-minded and insular. Some rituals consider women as not equal to men. These rituals are parochial. So which means narrow-minded and insular. Insular also means narrow-minded. Insular, very wonderful word. So parochial means narrow-minded and insular. Obloquy means criticism, vituperation, vilification. Next is, one Marty, yes, hi. Okay, wanting. Wanting means deficient, inadequate and lacking. So how to use this word? So wanting means deficient, less in something, lacking in something, inadequate, lacking in something. So he is wanting of good judgment, means he is lacking in good judgment. So it's an adjective. Wanting means adjective. Wanting doesn't mean I'm wanting you, I'm wanting a house, I'm wanting a car. No, wanting means adjective means it means like wanting means to lack something, paucity, scarcity of something, deficiency of something, wanting. It's an adjective. Next is stifling. Stifling. Stifling means suffocate, choke or asphyxiate. Asphyxiate means to choke someone, strangulate someone. Suffocate someone, choke someone or asphyxiate. So stifling is a verb which means to asphyxiate, choke or suffocate. Asphyxiate, choke or suffocate. That's this word is stifling. So it's like it comes from the word stifle. Stifling means it's a verb which means to suffocate, choke or asphyxiate. Means strangulate someone, strangulate like choking like this. You understand this? Okay. Next word is minatory. Not minutary, it's minatory. Minatory means baleful, direful and sinister. I'll explain this word. So sinister means something badly intended. For example, sinister design means evil. So minatory means evil. evil. So baleful, with wrong intention, with bad intentions. Direful means something dangerous, direful. Dire circumstances we use like this. So my letter is evil, dangerous. It's an adjective. It's an adjective. Minatory means baleful, which is dangerous, harmful, pernicious. Direful again, and sinister. Sinister is a common word. Sinister means, like we use the word like I could not see through his sinister designs. I could not see through his sinister designs. Sinister means bad intent, bad intentions, or wrong intentions, or harmful intentions. That's known as sinister. Okay. Next word is garrot. Garrot means smother, occlude, asphyxiate. Now please understand these words. Occlude means to cover something, to stop something, or to cover something, like for in the sense that it does not come out. Smothering is like covering a utensil or a dish with something else to boil something else. So it's a difficult word. I'll mark this word for you. Garrot means to asphyxiate, to stop the flow of something. Garrot. To stop the flow of something. It is quite often asked in the sense of economic siphoning off. Economic flow of money. In that case, we can use garrot word, like the flow of money from Reserve Bank of India was garroted by, so it's a verb. It's a verb, was garroted by the government for that matter. So garrot means smother, occlude and asphyxiate. So these are difficult words, but smother means to stop the flow of something, or stop the flow is the best word, to cover something up and does not allow to go outside. So that's smother. Occlude means the same, and asphyxiate again is like choking something, right? Choking is the same word for it. Next word is phlegmatic. Very easy word. Phlegmatic is like emotionless. Apathetic, stolid. Stolid means dull, very dull. So phlegmatic is an adjective which means emotionless. Phlegmatic, emotionless. Fine. So phlegmatic is an adjective which means emotionless. Apathetic, showing apathy means showing indifference. No interest. That's known as stolid, means dull, bland, showing no interest. So phlegmatic is adjective which means emotionless, phlegmatic. He showed a phlegmatic expression. He showed a phlegmatic expression, which means he showed an emotionless expression. He showed an emotionless expression. Fine. So we'll revise the words. Obloquy means criticism, vituperation, vilification. Parochial is narrow-minded, insular. Wanting is lacking, deficient. Stifling is suffocate, choke or asphyxiate. Minatory is baleful, direful, dangerous, harmful, evil. Garrot is to asphyxiate, smother, occlude. Phlegmatic is emotionless. Clear? Moving ahead. These are comparatively easier words. Refractory. Refractory is not related to factory or something like that. Refractory means obstinate, stubborn and obdurate. Very obstinate person, very adamant kind of person who does not want to change himself. Another word can be intransigent. Or adamant. There are 5 words: intransigent, adamant, obstinate, stubborn, obdurate and refractory. A person is very obdurate, very stubborn, very adamant, very obstinate, very intransigent. That person is known as refractory. Okay. Next is famished. Very easy word. Famished, very easy word. Famished means very hungry. Extremely hungry is known as famished. So I'll use like, I'm really famished. I need some food. I'm really famished. I need some food. This means very hungry. So refractory is an adjective. Famished is an adjective. Maudlin. Very easy word. Very easy word. Maudlin means over emotional, very sentimental. Teary, over emotional. Very over sentimental, over emotional, teary. Always ready to cry. Always ready to weep. Always ready to sob. So maudlin means over sentimental. It's an adjective. Over sentimental, over emotional, very sentimental person known as maudlin. Okay, very easy words these are. See, adjectives are generally easy, right? So refractory is like intransigent, adamant, stubborn, obstinate, obdurate. Famished is very hungry. Maudlin is over emotional, over sentimental. Evanescent. Evanescent means vanishing, evaporating, fading. If something is evanescent, it evaporates very soon. Like we say about glory and prosperity, it is kind of evanescent. When talked about in spiritual sense, it evaporates, it goes away, it vanishes. So evanescent. Otherwise, many chemical, alcohol for that matter, or petrol is evanescent material. It evaporates, it fades very easily. Okay. Next is sardonic. Sardonic means sarcastic, very sarcastic. See, this is adjective. Sardonic means sarcastic, full of mockery. So, caustic, sarcastic. Sardonic is caustic, and caustic means, you've heard about caustic soda, right? So, caustic soda, if placed on your skin, will burn it, right? Something that is very caustic is very burning, biting, and sarcastic. Sequester. Sequester means confiscate, seize, or arrogate. Very nice word it is. Sardonic is adjective. Sequester is a verb which means to confiscate, to seize something by authority. That's confiscation. And next is deadpan. Deadpan means expressionless, emotionless, inscrutable. Somebody who has no expression on the face. I had a friend called Animesh, I remember. So he used to say like, Aman, I am very happy. So this face he used to make. Even he was happy, he could not show his emotion, right? So this we used to call him deadpan. No emotion. I am very sad, Aman. I am very happy, Aman. So this is something which is very irrational to express. So deadpan means emotionless. Okay. So emotionless, expressionless, emotionless, inscrutable. These are the words for fine. So deadpan. So it's an adjective. So we'll revise the words again for you. Refractory means intransigent, adamant, obdurate, obstinate, stubborn. Famished is very hungry. Maudlin is over emotional, over sentimental. Evanescent is evaporating, fading. Sardonic is sarcastic, full of mockery. Sequester is to arrogate, to seize, to confiscate, to procure by power, authority. Deadpan is emotionless. Okay. Moving ahead to the next segment. Paroxysm. Paroxysm means sudden outburst of emotions. I'm sure that's written, yeah. Sudden eruption, seizure, or explosion. So suppose that there's a crowd or citizens of a country and they show paroxysm. They show sudden outburst of emotion. They protest. That's known as paroxysm. It's a noun. That's a noun which means sudden outburst of emotion, sudden eruption, or sudden outburst of emotion. So the paroxysm of the Philistine people caused a very bad impression on the international platform. This way. Okay. Solicitious, which means worried, apprehensive. So if I am solicitious, see, it comes from the word solicit. So if you are very worried and anxious, it means apprehensive, which means you are solicitious. Okay. Jingoism. So solicitious is adjective, very simple. And anxious and worried and apprehensive. See, apprehensive means doubtful. Okay. Jingoism. Jingoism means excessive fanaticism, extreme patriotism. So if you are a jingoist, you are extremely fanatic, extremely patriotic. You are like madly obsessed with one idea. So that person is known as jingoist. So jingoism is a noun. Isms are noun. So jingoism, excessive fanaticism, extreme patriotism. Okay. Next is quixotic, adjective. Quixotic adjective, which means extremely idealistic, unrealistic, impractical. So something is quixotic, which means that it's extremely idealistic, impractical thing. Extremely idealistic and impractical thing. So it's known as quixotic. Extremely idealistic, unrealistic, impractical. Okay. Ruse. Ruse means stratagem. Stratagem. Stratagem means scheme or contrivance. Means that if you make a plan or scheme against someone, it's a treacherous plan. Stratagem. Wonderful word, stratagem, which means if you make a plan against someone to harm him, that's known as a stratagem. Ruse. Stratagem, scheme or contrivance. Next word is wheedle. Wheedle means persuade, cajole, coax or butter up. So if you cajole someone, if you wheedle someone, it's a verb. It's a verb. Ruse is a noun. So wheedle. Wheedle means to persuade. Try to persuade someone by convincing him, by cajoling him, by coaxing him, by buttering him up. Buttering him up. Okay. That's known as wheedle. Okay. Next word is virulent. Virulent means poisonous, deadly, fatal. It's a very virulent comes from a word I remember. It's vitriol. Kind of comes from chemistry, like poisonous and deadly and fatal. That comes from the word virulent. That's poisonous. It's an adjective. Next word is quiescent. Quiescent means inactive, inert, latent, passive. So if something has a quiescent in it, it's a noun. It's an adjective. It's an adjective, not a noun. Sorry. Quiescent is an adjective which means inactive, inert, latent and passive. Okay. Quiescent. Quiescent material, quiescent volcano, we can say. Inactive, inert, latent, passive. We'll revise the words for you. Paroxysm is sudden outburst of emotions. Solicitous means worried, apprehensive, anxious. Jingoism is extreme patriotism, obsessed kind of fanaticism. Quixotic is impractical, totally impractical, extremely idealistic. Ruse means a stratagem. Stratagem means what? A certain plan against someone, in which you try to make someone fool. Treacherous kind of plan. Wheedle means persuade, cajole, coax, butter up. So virulent means poisonous and deadly, fatal. And quiescent means inactive, inert and latent or latent means what? Something that will burst in future. Has a latent energy. Please understand this. Okay. Moving ahead. Last part of the vocabulary session. Okay. Wanton. Wanton means deliberate, malicious, malevolent. Means if you are a wanton person, or if somebody is wanton, it means he has some deliberate intention, malicious intentions, malevolent intentions. So wanton means malevolent. Malevolent means you have bad intentions about someone, evil intentions about someone. It's an adjective. Inchoate. Inchoate means embryonic. Very wonderful word. Wonderful word. Inchoate means embryonic, immature and elementary, which is just about, it's a nascent thing, just about to erupt. So it's kind of embryonic. In the part of the embryo, immature, elementary, known as inchoate. It's an adjective. It seems like a verb, but it's an adjective, inchoate. Insinuate means hint, suggest, allude, ascribe. It's a verb. Remember. So if you insinuate something, you hint that thing, you suggest about that thing. So he insinuated about his intentions to the people. Okay. So it's like hint, suggest, allude, ascribe. Clear? Okay. Brazen. Brazen is like brash, unashamed, shameless. Brazen is shameless. So it's an adjective. Okay. Ennoble. Ennoble is dignify, exalt, extol, praise, honor. So if you ennoble, it's a verb. It's a verb. Means if you ennoble someone, if you ennoble something, you dignify it. You give dignity to it. You exalt, you appreciate, you extol, appreciate, praise, lionize. All these words means you appreciate someone very highly, praise and honor someone. That's known as ennoble. Clear? Next is indenture. Indenture means contract, agreement or deed. So if you have an indenture with someone, you have a contract or agreement with someone. It's an indenture. Don't think it's an indent is like dent in a car or dent in a utensil like that. So indenture means a contract, agreement or deed. Contract, agreement or deed is a noun which means a contract, agreement or deed. And the last word is sanctimonious. Sanctimonious means hypocritical, affectation. What's affectation? Affectation means artificial behavior. Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy means what? you're saying something but you're not doing, you're preaching something but you're doing just the opposite. For example, of hypocrisy can be, for example, if you preach your brother to study hard and you're going for a movie yourself, fine, that's called hypocrisy. So sanctimonious is hypocritical, it's an adjective. Sanctimonious adjective, hypocritical. Let's revise the words. Wanton means deliberate, malevolent, malicious. Malicious means with bad or evil intention. Inchoate means embryonic, immature or elementary. Insinuate means hint, suggest, allude, means hint indirectly. Brazen means shameless, unashamed. Ennoble means to dignify, exalt, praise, appreciate, honor. Indenture means agreement, contract, deed. Sanctimonious means hypocritical affectation. Affectation means artificial behavior. Hypocrisy, I have already given an example. Last part is one word substitution. Let's just learn for once. The animals of a particular region, fauna. For example, the flowers and animals of a particular region are known as flora and fauna. So animals of a particular region are known as fauna. Fauna. An emolument over and above fixed salary, like incentive. So it's known as perquisite. An incentive is also known as perquisite. So you get a salary plus X% of the sales you have done. That's known as perquisite. Perquisite. So animals of a particular region, fauna. An emolument over above fixed salary, that's incentive, is perquisite. An unexpected piece of good fortune, windfall. Very nice word. So sudden gain or unexpected piece of good fortune is known as windfall. Clear? Okay. Clues available at the scene, circumstantial. Circumstance means situation. Circumstantial means clues available at the scene. Next. One hides away in a passenger vehicle to obtain free passage. Stowaway. What happens if there is a passenger vehicle and somebody hides away in this in order to get a free passage, free traveling? It's known as stowawaying or stowaway, right? One who is citizen not of a country but of the world. One who believes he is not the citizen of a country but is a citizen of the entire world. It is known as a cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan. The use of many words where only a few are necessary is known as circumlocution. So I think there is not required. If it is not required to use many words, you should use less words, fewer words. But if you use many words, that's known as circumlocution. And the last part is a continuous process of change is known as flux. If there is a continuous process of change, it's known as flux. Let's revise. Animals of a particular region, fauna. Emolument over fixed salary, that's incentive, is perquisite. Unexpected piece of good fortune, windfall or sudden gain. Clues available at the scene, circumstantial. To hide in a passenger vehicle in order for a free passage. Stowaway. Person who believes that he is not a citizen of a country but of the entire world. So cosmopolitan. Use of many words where only few are necessary. Circumlocution and continuous process of change is known as flux. So students, with this I'll end the session now. Thank you so much for being a part of this wonderful vocabulary session. I hope you enjoyed the cosmopolitan example. Sidhuja Jawahar asks, what is cosmopolitan example? There is something called in India known as Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which means all are from the same, we are part of the same community, the entire world is our own. That's called the concept of cosmopolitanism. Like Bangalore, Pune, these are cosmopolitan cities. Chandigarh, Jamshedpur, these are cosmopolitan cities, apart from metropolitan cities. Cosmopolitan means where people from different societies live together and coexist. And the other belief is cosmopolitan means when you say that all are from the citizens of the entire world are one, they are one country actually. That's known as cosmopolitan. Okay? Okay, Imran, thank you. Thank you so much for being a part with me. Thanks a lot.